good to be bothered. Oh, living life with no stress. Yes, every minute's my best. Yes, feel like I'm winning the lottery. Buying my mama a house is harder than pottery. Winning it just like I oughta be. Things looking up, up. I'm living on the bright side, looking for that good life. Everything is alright, riding on that golden wave, swimming in the fresh blue, pussy feeling brand new. Sun is about to break through. Ooh, I love the world today. I'm living on the bright side. 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 It's that tank top weather, oh. All my friends get together, oh. Feel it couldn't be better, yes. Tell me this is forever, yeah. Summer days they're getting hotter, shit getting up out the water. Baby, it's beautiful, so glad the future is wavy. Colors are crazy. I'm living on the bright side, looking for that good life. Everything is alright, riding on that golden wave, swimming in the fresh blue, pussy feeling brand new. Sun is about to break through. Ooh, I love the world today. I'm living on the bright side. 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 The chemistry is right. I'm feeling so alive. Dreams flying in the sky. And I'm never coming back. I'm living on the bright side, looking for that good life. Everything is alright, riding on that golden wave, swimming in the fresh mood, pussy feeling brand new. Sun is about to break through. Ooh, I love the world today. I'm living on the bright side. 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 I'm living on the bright side.
Shout out to that. Shout out to that.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Real Talk Podcast. We is lit. Special guest in the house. What up, DJ Gold?
What's going on today, Mr. Paul?
You know what it
How
is.
you doing, man? Shout out to the admin. Somebody just shared this live in their group. So shout out to them. I think it was Black Lives Matter too at that.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, shout out to everybody tuning in, man. Welcome back, another week. How was your week, Paul? Because
Listen,
you always got something going on.
Had a good time this week. We had the block lit in front of Lucky Scotty's.
who?
The block
Oh,
was lit.
okay.
Lucky Scotty's. Georgia Food Truck on the go was doing their thing. That's all I can ask for. That's all I can ask for. Hey, nobody passed away this week.
Everybody was safe.
Everybody
That's
was
all that matter.
safe.
That's all that matter too. You can go out, have a good time. Everybody's safe.
Right.
That's what you call it. Successful night. Successful night.
You exactly right.
Successful night without the bullshit, because it's a lot of bullshit that go on, but I think that'd be more the people that are looking for attention. Don't have nothing going on, no damn money. Just
Something ain't supposed to go.
bullshit. Yeah, just out here to start bullshit. But
No, that's right.
please make sure y'all share this live.
Please
it
share.
costs you free $99.
Also,
that ain't nothing.
big shout out to RF39 Productions.
Shout out.
Also, tune into sessions. Be looking. Be looking. If you know you got a special talent, check in.
Can't forget about Kate Foster.
Yeah, she is sessions.
Yeah. Shout out to Miss Kia checking in.
Okay.
Man, shout out to everybody too, man. And I had a great week, because Paul ain't gonna ask me. Great weekend, great. No, I'm serious. Great everything. I had a great everything. Shit.
Hold up.
I actually went
You know
out of
what?
town for a little bit.
Everybody, I do apologize.
No, you ain't got
Didn't
to.
somebody graduate?
Yeah, my daughter did. She
Okay.
graduated high school.
Yeah.
But you know, that's just you being rude as always, Paul. I'm okay with
You know what I
that.
was saying?
I'm okay with
Look
that.
here, look
I'm
here. I
okay.
wasn't thinking, my apologies. I know,
No,
I
it's okay.
know
That's
she
why I say
graduated.
I had a great weekend. Shout out to my daughter, Jariah. She graduated from Cypress and Cypress Creek in Texas.
In Texas.
Yeah, I almost said Illinois.
Watch out.
Cypress Creek in Texas. So
Before we
shout
go
out
any
to her.
further, she going to college.
Yeah, she will be going to Texas Tech. That's closer to New Mexico, in case anybody don't know about the college game.
Yeah.
And I'll be posted up because she did graduate with honors. All that's on
Ooh,
the. All that's, yeah,
now
all
listen
that-
here, y'all graduating with honors.
Yeah, you know
Ain't easy.
her last name Whitaker, so I'm like, damn, I'm finna sit in this damn thing. You know, it's 800 people graduate. It was a big place.
Ooh, 800?
Yeah, I got pictures, but it's a big place. My daughter, I'm thinking I was gonna sit there for about an hour before they get called. She got called within like 10 minutes because she was in honors.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that was kind of quick, but I had a good time. I came right back, and I'm back to it.
Back to working real hard. Okay, DJ Go, without further ado, we got some special guests tonight.
Some great special guests. Thank you so
Special
much.
guests.
Thank you so much, guests.
A
Thank you
good
so
duo
much.
together. They work hard together.
Oh yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Anybody out there, if you know anything about play-by-play,
Keep preaching.
huh? If you don't know, you about to find out. So that's what we're here to do, to give you some a little education. We in school right now, because I'm finna give you the game now.
Yeah, we talking throwback.
Throwback.
Classic.
What?
You can say like a
Give me something else, Go. I know.
like a black landmark.
Man, I need to go. Rob,
If
could you
you
give me
talking-
some records in the crate?
If you talking about music, if you mentioning
Come on, Gold.
Sox Park mixtape with the tapes. Now we talking tapes, we talking CDs. I done bought records from and everything. Like it's
Hey, these go before
I'm
we
talking
even
magazines. I done bought
before we
movies,
introduce him.
everything.
Listen, he is a guy in the community.
Definitely.
That's what we really talking about too. On top of
Yeah.
everything else, this is a plus.
Yeah, the community, and that's everything. Because like I said, he years in the community, and he been in one spot doing this thing for years. So you gotta take your head off and salute that.
Got to. Without further ado, DJ Go, check it out. Check it out.
Do I need to
We
hit the
got-
rumbles?
Yeah, give me some drum noise.
Yeah.
We're gonna bust it down. Tiana in the house. Tiana in the house.
make some
Ladies
noise.
first as usual,
Hello.
Yeah, tell everybody, hey. All right.
Hey, everybody.
Yeah, and without further ado, Payton,
Man.
play-by-play owner.
Yeah. Oh,
The
play by
boss.
play. Yes.
All good, man.
Yeah.
Glad to be here.
Okay,
Yes,
okay,
man.
okay. All right. So, without further ado, I'm gonna get right into it. I know we're a little late. My bad. My apologies. Like always.
That's my fault.
No, it's my fault.
No, I'm late today. It's okay.
You gonna take ownership?
Yeah, I'm late today. It's okay.
Okay,
Yeah, it's
okay.
okay. I'm sorry, but
Things
we here to
happen.
make it right.
We
We're
making
here to
it-
make it right. I wouldn't miss it for the world, man. Be here with Payton right now. Come
Right,
on, man.
it's
Come
an
on.
honor.
We
And
talking-
T now. We ain't gonna forget
Oh
T.
yeah, I'm sorry.
Because
T.
T,
Yes,
look,
I'm sorry.
hey,
T.
that's the engine.
I'm sorry.
She
Yes.
an engine now.
No,
I'm trying to tell you
no,
now.
I'm sorry. I'm definitely sorry. T.
She
I'm
is
sorry.
an engine. And before we get into anything else, Robert Foster, do a fabulous job for us. I just want to, he got these lights in here, they booming. He got the plays looking good. I just want to give a
These
special
motherfucking
shout out
lights
to him
finna heat
and
your
Christina
ass up.
Foster. Also, if you want some pictures, she got time. Look, it's summertime coming on. You want to put something nice on? Holla at her. You know what it is.
Hey, and they can Photoshop you if you feel like you ain't on the.
Like, am I messed up?
No, they can definitely Photoshop.
Okay,
your
good.
ass.
Well, without
we-
further ado, before he start talking smart, this is what I'm about to do, y'all. Let's get right into a play. This is for you right now. Tell us a little bit about yourself, a little background about yourself. Not too much. Social Security, credit cards you may have. You gonna share with me and Gold?
But as you said, the community, I was raised right here in Zion, so my whole thing.
Hold up.
My
Yo,
ties
hold
are right
up.
here.
Oh, shit.
What'd he say?
Right, so,
Where you was raised?
He lied.
right here in Zion.
Woo!
So,
For the people in the back. For the
Right.
people in the back.
Right, that's it. So I come from these streets, so
Tim
I'm a
Smith,
part
I
of these
see.
streets. So I am these streets. So all above. So
Okay.
my whole thing is I came through the system like everybody else, and I just tried to make a difference.
Right.
And
There
I
you
think
go.
from listening to everybody so forth, I think I did that.
Yeah.
I think I
Hell
did
yeah.
that.
Yeah. Ooh, you heard that, y'all?
Yeah.
They can say you talking what, 30 years?
Well, you know what? We ain't gonna be exact. What we did. I think we did 34. We think we did 40, 34.
Come on, man.
You know.
Come on.
That's
34.
a blessing, y'all. That is a blessing. Pay attention to what's going on. Also, T, tell us a little bit about yourself right now. Because, see, a lot of people may know you, may not. I just need them to know who you really is.
Well, I was raised in Waukegan.
All right.
Right.
We finna make some noise for that one. That's what I'm talking about. We got a bull on.
First.
We got a bull
Okay.
on.
All right. You know, I ain't gonna do no hating on this show. You know, it is what it is.
Yeah, raised right here in Waukegan. Went to Waukegan High School. I started working at Play by Play 2002.
For the people out there.
Yeah. Started working there in 2002. I was there for about a good 15 years. And then off and on, like after that, like in 2015, 2016.
Right. I was about to say now.
Yeah,
Come on.
yeah.
Come on now.
Towards the last few years, you know.
She was behind the scenes.
Yeah, I was behind. I was
Yeah.
working behind the scenes. You know, I had to, I had corporate opportunities,
Right.
and things like that, obligations that I had to tend to. So
You took care of business.
I had full time,
Yeah.
obligations I had to tend to. So
Okay. Play. Where did you go to school? Like college or any business school? Anything?
Yeah, once I graduated at Zion Benton, then I went off to a small college up in Hancock, Michigan, near Michigan Tech, called SUNY. So that's yeah. Some people say Sea Army and stuff like that, but I went up there with the snowbirds and everything, and I knew I had to go up there to get away from everybody down here that was going to southern, east, and north, and all that, and because I wouldn't have made it if I didn't get away. So I chose that for a reason.
Okay.
And then I went over to, after that, a couple of years, then I went over to UNLV, and, and with the rebels out there. And I keep that on the down low.
That's on the down low for real. I didn't know you was no rebel.
Right.
Right. I used to wear that represent.
Yeah, that's who they was playing basketball.
Don't even act like that, bro. Talking about who they were.
Who they were the basketball.
That was Larry Johnson.
Yeah, it was slew of them, right?
Stacey Augman, Larry Johnson.
Mama.
Bash Knight, so a few of them guys. Icky Woods was a good friend of mine back in college.
What up, Juanito?
On the football team.
Okay,
yeah.
What? See, history, y'all. See, if you don't know, you got to pay attention. He had to get away from his I do know who he is. Listen, he had to get away to get ahead, is what he's saying. So people at home, don't be scared. People are graduating right now. Hey, don't be scared to pack your bags and just take a trip. Right?
And shout out to Antoine checking in. He from California. Well, I ain't gonna say from California. He's in Texas right now. But he lived in California. He from the west side of Waukegan.
West side.
Shout out to Antoine Woods.
Okay, Mr. Woods checking in. That's what I'm talking about.
He definitely know about play by play.
Do we?
We from the west side.
Do he really know though? Right. Ask him right now, then.
Oh yeah, he know. Yeah, he hitting the love.
Make sure. Tell him hit them stars too. Show some love. Show some stars.
Hit them stars one time. Boy, let him know West Side do represent. Who he think he talking to?
Yeah, right. So T, did you any college?
Yeah.
Come on, give me something right now. Tell
I
everybody.
actually have my bachelor's degree in business management.
Business management, y'all.
Yeah. I went to online school though, so I didn't go.
Well, it don't make no difference. You did. Listen here, you did what you did. Right now, everything online anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
So you ahead of the game.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get my link online. That shit is embarrassing. That place. I ain't gonna lie, that shit is embarrassing.
DJ Gold.
Hey, they be busting me out. DJ Gold, you don't need no damn link. Shit. I'm serious. Not to get off the subject.
Yeah, DJ Gold.
Everything's online.
But
so
everything is. Go say, boy, you something else. So play.
Talk to me.
So I hear you one of the hottest owners of a famous record store. Also, where did you get that name Play by Play? Where it come from? I got to know, man. Where you get the name Play by Play now?
You know what? And you might not even believe this, but the only real job I probably ever had that was McDonald's. So they taught me the game as far as running the business and marketing, so forth. And so the M, that M, children learn that you know, from day one.
Right.
When they passing that, they know what it represents. So when I sat at the kitchen table one night and I asked the man above, I said, I need a name that's going to stick and so forth. And I need the logo, too, that's going to stick with the people. Within 5 minutes, it all came up. After I asked the man above for help with it, and it just translated right then and there at my kitchen table, right there at the Red House on Gilly.
What?
That's what I said.
Sat out, prayed for a name
Oh, God is
to
good.
keep it going.
Right.
Hey, better.
Right. That was it. So, and I knew we needed a logo, so for because of the M, you know, because all that was embedded in McDonald's. So I said I need the logo to stick out and go with the name because I was tired of
Talk about a play.
my people coming up with the names of their businesses.
Yeah.
But it didn't represent, to me, Sunday name didn't represent culture where it was one-sided.
Right.
You know, so we needed a name that was universal, you know, to the music business.
To the music.
And that was it. And then the logo came right there the same night. You know, how
You sat out. You was at the table.
That was it. At the table and with a notebook,
Yeah,
such and such. And I don't even think, I can't even remember if I came up with another logo or anything. It all happened just like
One
that.
logo, one
name,
time,
One name.
one logo,
name,
one time,
name.
at one time though.
Yeah, and it came together just like that.
Shout out to Ryan checking in too. I don't have to cut you off. Kenny said, "What up, Payton?"
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Kenny Lott. You know Kenny Lott from
Beautiful.
Chicago.
Most
from
definitely.
Okay.
Right,
Shout
right.
out to Kenny.
Yeah.
He checking in, and Wilma say the Red House. Man.
There you go.
Will, what's up?
Now Wilma, you know,
From Zion, just let you
Wilma is the
love
first
Zion. Come on,
extension.
man.
You know, so if I, you know, a left hand and right hand, Tiana, y'all know from the, you know, from the latter part, but Wilma was my left hand or right hand from the beginning.
Okay.
And then Tiana took over after Wilma and so forth. And all my people, you know, they family now. So, but all them that helped me along the way, like Wilma and Tiana, you know, if anything
bossy.
ever would have happened to me, I told my family, they know what to do if they wanted to keep this store open. I talked
Look
to
at
them.
here.
I talked
Now
to
you
them
look at
well.
here. That DJ Go. You hear what he just said?
Thank you, Jay Bossum, for the.
Did you hear what he said about if something would have happened to him? They got that much tightness in their crew,
Right.
in his corporation. Told the family, look here. How to Wilma? How to T? They finna keep the shit rolling.
If they wanted to,
They know what's
knew-
up.
They know what's up.
They know what's up, Gold.
And them the only two that I really can say that I really gave, you know, the blueprint, you know, so forth to know what to do on a daily basis, so forth. Yeah.
Shout out to Wilma. She was the one who referred me. So
What?
that's how I got-
See,
yeah, I used to work with Wilma. I was looking for a second job,
Right.
and she was like, "Man, I'm finna leave play by play. I could just go ahead and holler at Payton." I said, "Man, I've been putting my application in 4 months ago.
right.
I've been trying to get a job for 4 months." So
Man, look at here.
So she hollered at him.
And shout out to Lisa.
I had to
too.
do an
I see you,
interview.
Lisa. Thank you for the
It
stars.
wasn't just, you know, get an application and you just start.
She sat you down.
No, I had an interview with Payton.
Right.
I
You know, I
had to
don't
do a
play
pop
that.
quiz on music. You got to know music.
What you asked, Pete? First you asked,
Right.
do you be stealing? Hey, I ain't gonna lie.
Right,
that's
but you know
hard.
what?
Trust
You know
is
what?
hold on now. Trust is everything. We talking about leaving somebody with your merchandise.
Right.
You gotta trust somebody.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
You don't want to have no.
But she can speak on, and that's why she's here because you know she has her own testimony about, and that's why I want the people to really see how
Okay.
we got down. You know, you know, I'm the man behind the scene. That's where I really like to be. You know, and when Paul asked me to do this, the first thing came to my mind. You know, Tiana, this her thing. You know,
He's
so
true. No, he's true.
right. So you know,
No, you right.
but my thing is, you know, I was blessed that you know I ran it. But you know, I put them out there in the front, you know, and that's because they need the exposure. They needed the recognition at the time, and that's what kept me going, just to seeing.
And let's not forget too, y'all. This is a black-owned business before social media.
Say that.
That shit is a big difference. You know what I
Amazing.
mean? That shit is a big difference.
Wait.
A lot of these business wouldn't make it without social media.
And we made it through the COVID and all that other stuff
that
too.
shit.
And you know, and when I closed up, and not to get off the subject, when I closed up, I was doing more numbers at that time than I had did in years.
Damn.
Because the vinyl had came back.
Yeah.
So, but that's a whole nother
Yeah,
ball
we
game.
get back in that. We get in that.
Yeah, you know.
Don't get ahead of yourself.
Right.
And y'all that is watching, man, and y'all been to play by, go ahead and jump in the comments and let us know what you used to purchase.
We need to hit the
there.
love too.
Yeah,
but
what
I
you used to
definitely want to
purchase.
hear T-side about, let's get to his goal because, that sounds interesting. Wilma said, check it out, play. I got somebody that is going to take my spot. So evidently she had to be somebody, y'all, very important for her to pass the torch, right? Tell us a little taste, just a little taste how you,
What's up,
came
Rob
to
Vaughn?
it.
I see you, Rob.
So first of all, I had fucking play-by-play phone for 4 months trying to get another job, and I finally got my interview, and he asked me, he pop quizzed me on music. I had to know artists, I had to know duets, I had to know group artists from different genres. So not just rap. I had to know R&B. I had to know old school music. I had to know gospel, blues, jazz. So I couldn't just go in there and just be like, oh yeah, I know all the Jeezy songs. Like, no, I had to know everything. So yeah, that's how
That's some love, man.
he went ahead and hired me.
Give me a couple seconds. Say who showing some love to these.
Star Taylor definitely said kudos to the 34 years serving in the community. Because if y'all haven't been to play-by-play, he was on the corner of Grand and Lewis Avenue, which is the west side. How many times have you came to play-by-play?
That's
like,
another
no, I'm
story.
gonna be real. Play-by-play seemed like that's all we had on the west
Before I
side.
started, I
at
had
one point in
cassettes.
time.
I got introduced to the Fat Boys by Play. I just want to let you know.
Right.
That, you know what I mean? I go way back to get my music. He helped me get in the music game. I'm talking about, I used to come there and get on his nerves because I was like, I don't know the song, but I can sing it. Who is it by? Him and T both was looking at me crazy.
I was Shazam.
Yeah, back then, this is our Shazam, y'all.
Yep,
People
before
at home,
what?
Shazam.
Right, exactly.
I would come there with a tune. He'd be like, hold on.
Right.
He'll hit me back, beat me back then. We had them beepers.
Right.
He'll beat me out, pull over. He'd be like, man, that was my M2 me.
There you-
Sugar free. Man, it's just, boy, I'm going to get into this
Ain't that
stuff.
something? Before it was a Shazam.
Y'all was Shazam.
We was Shazam.
Before
Beautiful.
Shazam was out, DJ Gold, they was Shazam. And let me tell you something. Back then, I got hooked up with Lance, and he was getting records from you.
Yep.
Jazzy was coming to get. They was coming, and you already know Captain Too Fresh back
Right,
then was
right,
the ex
right.
getting them records.
Right.
So when the party's going, they like, man, I'm going to go to play-by-play. Something came out, I got to have. Go ahead, Gold.
Wilma said, don't forget y'all had to know that freestyle music too.
There you go. The salsa, merengue, the bachata, the freestyle. We did it all. Yeah, we did it all.
Rob Vaughn said, my guys, play-by-play was the go-to spot for music. Hands down, like, I
That's
don't know
love.
nowhere else to go. Like, I couldn't tell you nowhere else to go.
DJ Gold, that's why I had
I
to
used
talk
to
to
park
him today.
Sometimes, the park can be parked right there. I park damn
Right.
near almost in Lewis, because we got to get inside the
Right.
store. We had to. And even a guy like Woody said, he used to get his posters from Play-by-Play.
Don't even talk
The
about
magazines, like he had the street magazines.
I had all of it.
I used to go to Payton. He used to send that shit out for me to the joints.
To the joint.
Yeah,
Right.
everything for me.
But-
I promise you.
Back in the day, that's what, that's the only way that you could get magazines and stuff, music into the prisons and so forth. It had to come from a retail store, and I had to go through a few things to get, that liberty. But we was able to do that.
Yes.
And we did it on a different level than everybody else.
Shout out to Big Fan, because he done got some of that play-by-play when he was in the situation too. I use code name Big Fan. See, but he definitely did. He had magazine. He had music, magazines, man, everything, man.
The
It was
books.
amazing.
Tiana
Books,
turned the store onto the
movies,
black books
yeah.
and so forth.
Shit
When
was crazy.
we
Amazing.
parlayed that into the game. Yeah,
So, look, Play, you had a total of how many stores?
3.
You had a total of 3. So just for the people that don't know out there,
right.
you had 3 stores.
at one time.
Hello.
Right.
Now
at
hold
one
on,
time.
man. I'm gonna sit back now.
Right.
Go. I'm gonna turn my back.
Right.
3 stores.
Going at one.
One man got some crew going on at one time.
Yeah.
We in where? K-Town?
Yep. K-Town.
Which is Kenosha, everybody, Wisconsin.
That was the biggest store, because we had the.
Hold up, play. Hold up.
We had the games, the video games.
No,
the pinball machine.
Come on now, play.
The
You
pool
ain't gonna never
table.
say that.
The pool table.
Kenosha had it going on before us?
Well, you know what? And that was the store. That was the only store that I had a partner with. That particular one. So yeah, but that was the worst time of my life. Lived in 3 stores. That was my health was the worst. Trying to run 3 stores. My doctor said, man, something got to give. You trying to do 3 stores at once. So, but yeah,
then
that
you
was
had
a good time.
Zion.
Zion was always first. Zion's from 1989.
So Zion was the first store.
Zion was the first store.
Hello.
Zion.
Hello.
Right. And we got to get a shout out.
You heard he
to,
said 1989.
Right.
Some of these people
88,
watching
89.
weren't even born.
Right. So Zion,
Pay the fuck attention
Zion
what he's
was
saying
the first
now.
one. And I want, you know what? I'm glad we brought it up because this is for the people out there that want to go in business and so forth. I'm from the school, you on a little knowledge here.
Listen to
Right.
that. Open
Now,
your ears.
for
Pay attention.
those that know, the very first store in Zion was started on 27th Street, right there at the end of the alley.
Right.
Wasn't on Front Street.
On no Front Street.
All right, now I need to tell y'all this real quick. Now, me coming out of school and so forth and want to jump in business, I'm looking for a store on Sheridan Road and stuff in Zion. I'm trying to stay in the community. Yeah. Rent too high. I can't afford it. So forth. And so 27. So
Hendrix Place.
Right. So what ended up happening? Right. So what ended up happening is about a lady of Miss Bessie Heath. Right, that owned the building down there on the corner, down in that back end of the alley, 27th Street. She was very good friends with my grandmother, my mother that raised me, so forth. And was talking in the kitchen. I said, Mom, I can't find no place that I can afford such and such. And Miss Heath jumped in the conversation. She said, you can use my waiting room in my beauty shop. And that's where the first place started from. Moved out all her waiting furniture and moved it to the back and whatever, because the beauty shop was on the other side of the wall for those that came in and you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. And so that's how play-by-play. And I had to, I pay homage to her because I don't even know if I paid rent the first month or so for. That's how people poured into me and wanted me to succeed.
Wanted you to win.
Wanted me to win. And what she ended up doing, as for y'all know, so I parlayed from that waiting room area to 2 other stores. Business. But this is the game. I would go to work, even after I got out of college, I went to work for McDonald's in Des Plaines, Illinois, so forth, at the original McDonald's. Some of y'all might, it's right there in Des Plaines. And I would open that store as a manager at 5 in the morning to 1 in the afternoon. Then come open up play-by-play after I got off work at 1 o'clock and stayed in there till the people stopped coming 9 o'clock at night, 10 o'clock. But on the other side of the waiting room, of the beauty shop, was the office area. Right. That's where I went to sleep at during the day while she was doing hair. And she would knock on the wall to let me know I had a customer.
Whoa, wait a minute. So, play. You mean
sacrificing that?
Listen, y'all. Listen to this story. Right. He went to work, McDonald's, and it'd be busy. He said Des Plaines.
Sometimes
it wasn't slow there.
Right. So
sometimes you gotta use your real voice, not this Hollywood shit.
This is my real voice. I'm picturing this.
Right.
I'm put us in. Put me in, coach. Listen to what I'm saying, though, Gold.
I hear him.
Listen, you sitting there where it's just like you working, going to work.
Hold on, he said he went to work and then went to his store after that. He had to go to the store after that.
Early in the morning.
So 5 a.m. to 1 in the afternoon, I got off my shift at McDonald's, then drove back to Zion and opened up my store, whatever I can get in there, 1:30, 2 o'clock, because I'm flying to get there. Stay in there till 2 to 10 o'clock at night, whatever I had to do, so forth. But during that time, when she was doing hair, and she know I needed some rest, she said, go lay down in the office and knock on the wall if I got a customer coming. That's it. But I say that to say this for the people, that you do not need to be on Front Street. You do not have to be out there on the main drag in order to succeed. No. You just, like I taught Tiana and Wilma, it's about customer service and having the product. That's it. And I always, when I teach and talk in the lesson so forth, some people don't like me bringing it up. But I talk about even like with the drug game and so forth. Drug dealers and whatever people that's in that line, like they not on Front Street. They ain't hole in the wall. They down in the basement somewhere. They up on wherever. But people going to them to get to them. Why? Because they have the product. So it don't matter, where you at. So for those that think they need to be on Front Street and don't. And now the game has really been showed you with the social media and where we buy product now. That you don't even have to have a business now to you got home delivery or whatever. So
game definitely
the game
changed. Game done changed.
But I used to always preach that, and I still to this day. It's not location.
Yeah, it's about
customer
service and the product. Because like I say, you can live in North Chicago and hate Zion.
Right.
But if the weed man in Zion, goddamn it, motherfuckers is pushing the gas, we going to Zion. We going to Zion. I mean, I ain't saying we because I say no. But
and I brought it up for a reason because it's
we on the Real Talk podcast.
So that's it, the real talk.
Yeah, that's real talk.
It's real talk. We giving it to
and
you uncut.
His customer service was amazing. He just didn't try to sell you any fucking thing.
Yeah.
He'd talk to you. He'd give you the game about it and put you up on the new shit. Like he'll put you up on the new, like let you know.
I got a good story too, because he taught T the game so well, and Wilma, let's not forget, taught T. She would know it was just like he was talking to Play. I said, T, I come in there with a song on my head. She'd be like, I know what it is. Hold on. Give me a minute. And if she didn't have it right then, Paul, come back in the morning. I got you. She had a note written down. Everything was copacetic.
There you go.
So T, tell us, like, you remember the first time you started working for him, your first day. I just got to shine a light on T about her first day pulling up at Play by Play. You remember the first day?
Yeah.
Okay,
I remember my first day. It was busy. It was busy. I remember seeing you, the first time I met you was at the Zion shop off of Sheridan.
That's right.
When we was at the Zion shop on
That's
Sheridan.
right, 27.
You were loud.
Still.
Loud.
Back then.
Still
He was
fat.
like, what's
No,
up?
I wasn't
what's
fat
up?
then. T, tell you, hold up. Hold up. I'm going to tell you something right now. This is some stuff I bought and put on me.
Talk to me, T.
I was not 300 back then, Gold. You ain't going to start with me today on this show. Boy, I was doing it, boy.
No, we ain't
I
gonna-
wore them tank tops, Gold. I had a tank top with big chain on. Slow down. You ain't
My
talking
bad.
to
I'm
hold up
sorry, T.
now.
Go ahead, T.
Yeah,
Keep it going, T.
That's
Go ahead.
about
I'm
your
sorry,
story.
T.
I pulled up
Yeah,
now.
I'm sorry, T. Go ahead.
I pulled up on the
Paul,
time.
Paul
Yeah.
was very loud.
Still.
As loud as he is today.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Asking where Play at.
Right.
Ask me what's new. Give me the new stuff. And so, yeah, we always had a really cool relationship, though. But, yeah, I've always loved working at Play by Play. It was always my dream to kind of, be a DJ or something like that. I was always raised around music. My dad was a DJ.
Okay.
Yeah, so I always loved music. So being in the store and in an environment where I could play the music loud, play my own playlist, you just vibe out. Yeah, it was cool.
Okay. Look, Play.
Talk to me, man.
What was one of the ups and downs in having a record store? I just gotta ask him that. The ups and downs. What was one? Can you recall?
Yeah.
Like,
You know what? And the ups, and I'm glad you asked that. One of the ups, and this.
how about you start with the down?
The
Yeah,
down?
Light me up.
start with the down.
Yeah, start with the down,
Don't
man.
give them
With
the
the down.
down. Start with the down.
The down-
And then lift us up.
The down is when the new technology and the social media and the new breed was coming into the labels, meaning that some of the people that been around in the label and distribution side, have been in the game 20, 30 years, some 40 years, so forth. But then the label started bringing in these young folks, and then the young people didn't care about mom and pop stores anymore that was making decisions.
All right.
Right. So because now they felt that they can reach more people through the social media, get stuff out like that, and so so it put a damper on the game big time for the retail game. So that was one of the downers that come to mind. But the upside, we was able to do a lot with a little.
That's deep.
You know what I mean?
Do a
and
lot with a little.
Yeah, because if you look
That's
at
major.
you look at our demographics, we look at from I always said that my customer base was from Lake Cook Road coming back north.
Yeah.
And then that U all the way up until Milwaukee, so forth, and coming back, this. So, I was able to parlay west of here and then north and so forth. We was it, and we was it, and that meant a lot. But what really come to mind that people don't really ask me about, that I believe, we had 3 stores, and I think I had probably 12 to 16 people on payroll at one time, so forth, and we never missed a pay day.
Yeah.
So forth. Now, it's been many days I tell people, we got to wait till we close out the end of the day for me to make payroll, so forth.
Right.
But the Lord always blessed where I might even left in the drawer, not just that $1, $2 or whatever, but everybody got paid.
Yeah.
So forth. And
Payday was Monday.
Payday.
So you wouldn't not come in on Saturday.
Yeah.
See, there you go. See,
Tell it,
T. Right.
Tell it, T.
It was
She
a
said,
reason.
Play didn't play no game.
Right.
I need you here Friday. There's
Right.
pay period.
Right.
The people getting paid on Friday. I need
Right.
you here. And Saturday is jumping off. There's
Right.
bodies jumping off. People
Right.
need records.
Right. See. She reminded me because that's just part of the game, and you can just put yourself in the situation. If you got paid on Friday, it was hard for you to go to work on Saturday and Sunday. We was open 7 days a week after you got to a paycheck. You know what I mean? People call in, so I didn't play that. And plus, you only got paid if you worked.
Yeah.
So for me, so you your check gonna be short. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
and at my job right now, like, it's crazy on the parking right now. Crazy. Nowhere to park. There's nowhere to park at my job right now. But guess what?
Yep.
So, number 5, I think we kind of answered a little bit of the number 5 question I had, but I'm still going to say
About the ups and downs?
No, it's with the transitions. So that's kind of with the transitions of music.
And then the
that's
transition-
Spotify with the and
No, he's speaking more as far as up and coming artists might have a label to drop. Shit, what they just give them 30, 100 records or something where promotion use only or something. Okay. That's how new artists do it. Now it's like they don't have to do it. They can just put that shit on.
Right.
the
Right.
iTunes.
Right.
Whatever.
Right.
Anything.
Instagram, TikTok.
Anything.
Right.
Once it's on social, it's there.
Right. And so they use excuses, instead
Promotional.
of bringing the artist, and getting off the plane at O'Hare or whatever, bring the excuse to coming my way.
Mm-hmm.
They say, well, the time that you take to come your way, 2-3 hours, coming from the airport, we can bend. If we do a podcast or we do, online, we can hit thousands in the same amount of time instead of come to. And so my whole thing is what I fell out with. All right, what about the people? Because anything that I ever did, as far as bringing artists and so forth, it was for the people.
Yeah.
I did my thing behind the scene. I was invited to different stuff that, people don't know about on a nightly basis.
Mm-hmm.
But my customers, that's your fan base. That's what them young people that was executive at the time, they alienated those, and still to this day, they still do things a certain way where they don't come out into the community and do what they need to do, But that was the problem.
Can I give a big shout out to L. Ramonski?
Ramonski.
Yeah, he said appreciate y'all for real. Giving a kid from Zion, Paul, you should be glad. He's talking about Zion.
Yeah.
A mission and goal, and taught me how to stack to get them CDs. So he was coming to spend that money with play by play.
Give me something else. Somebody else said something too. I want to give it this the time we can go ahead and give up.
Yep. Wilma said trained us well.
Mm-hmm.
L. Ramonski, he says, I used to save my lunch money every day, walk from Elmwood School every 2 weeks, and walk in the store. Hold on, let me hit the C. I got to hit the C button. And it was on 27th Street. I was 12 years old, buying everything, no limit, cash money, CD every 2 weeks. Thank you for always helping me out. Ray.
That beautiful. And that was the thing too, we broke records. So if there's any truth to You know, when you hear, you know, stores or radio stations say they broke records, we actually broke records. So, you know, we were the first one, you know, from my connections and from the West Coast, East Coast, down south, you know, one of our, you know, testimonies and so forth, you know, I knew, and y'all gonna laugh, I knew Vanilla Ice was gonna be a hit when I heard Vanilla Ice before it was a Vanilla Ice.
Right.
So I had a relationship with, you know, with that label, Kid Sensation and all that, you know, back in, you know, so forth. With Swab, you know, I knew, you know, who am I thinking of from Swab Records too? The big one.
House.
Yeah, the big one. It'll come to me. But before then, the big guy, you know, MC Breed, Breed of that label back in the day, not the SWAT that you thinking of, but the other, but MC Breed. See, I knew about them, and I turned them, you know, the community on to the Breeds of the world, you know, and so forth, the Too Shorts of the world, and then we also parlayed the East Coast. I was one of the only stores, you know, in the Midwest that I know of that carried East and West Coast down south music.
Yes, sir.
You would go to stores on the south side. And I said, man, you only carrying this New York stuff, the East Coast? How you surviving? I go to stores in, you know, Milwaukee or whatever. Yeah. You only carrying the, but see, we carried it all, and that's what we known today. Rock, pop, you know, classical.
What was so funny? Yeah. I'm just since he said that. Gurney Mills open, right? They had a couple records placed in their store.
Inside.
I was rocking cassettes. You know, this I'm gonna tell you, I was way back there rocking the pull in, pull out radios, cassette Alpine. I come to play. I said, man, he said, man, you know they ain't gonna have that. What you need? I'm trying to tell you. It was so funny because I was like, man, there's a mix. He said, yeah, they put this together, compilation. They did this. Right. Education though is what you got. People at home at play by play. You didn't just give you no record. He broke it down to you.
Yeah, he wasn't just trying.
Wilma broke it down to you like, well, this. He made sure when he wasn't there, they was telling you the real. Yeah. And telling you this is not gonna be on that.
Right. And it wasn't, you know, and still to this day, how you know, my hustle and what I do or whatever. You know, of course we need to make money, but I train my employees. We just don't sell records to make the cash register ring. So when we suggested, you know, sold something, we played it for you, got your approval. Before we, you know, so we just didn't tell, and then it got to be we got to be so tight, you know, as a crew that y'all would be in the rush, man, I need this, I'm getting on the highway, give me whatever, because I trust you. And see,
and you would load it up.
And we load up right up. But at the same time, I made sure they know, just don't be putting nothing in their bag and charging them for something that you know they might like or might not. We want to make sure you like the.
It was good because you had that punch card. It don't make no difference. When we had that punch card, we was able to get another one.
Right.
You get your 4 or 5 of them, punch me up, punch me up.
He talking about that reformer card.
Yeah, say it, boy. You had that punch card. It was everything. That let you know, Djgold, you was official.
Right.
Play by play. You had that little white card with the little. I still got one.
And we had the gold card too. Remember when we had the gold? Yeah, right. So
the VIP.
The VIP. Yeah,
VIP. You never gave me one of that. I'm just saying y'all right now. I'm gonna hold up. Now I'm gonna stop right now. Go. Did you get a gold card?
I don't think I ever had.
Me either, man. Hey, stop this record show right now.
And that was back in the day when I was petty hustling, so I was getting some money, but you know, I definitely went. Ain't nothing on here, Paul.
Okay, I just want to make sure before I go to my next.
And my goddamn phone.
And we watched everybody. We watched the hustle. We knew the street. You know, I knew things that was going on the street because it was almost like the barbershop. People would come in and tell us, you know, we knew what house got hit. So forth. Yeah. We knew what house got hit.
Yeah, because it's like.
So forth.
Somebody's in there, somebody's saying something, hearing something, somebody
that
calls somebody.
The streets is watching.
Right. And this is the testimony, and this, you know, about my people that's on the other side and so forth. That what I liked about them is they would tell us stuff, and then I would say, look, I said, man, you know, there's one I told. I said, you know, I heard that what happened. I said, you know, they coming back. Because you ain't did nothing about it. Yeah. And that ain't, but what I was telling him, this ain't for you. I was letting, this ain't for you.
He was teaching us.
Yeah, this ain't for you because you ain't playing the game the way it's supposed to be played. So you're going to continue to take loss because you ain't playing the game right. And some of those changed their life and so forth, and listening to, so forth.
Mentoring.
Right.
To the community.
Yeah, that's
also,
deep.
DJ Go, with him having a record store, right? I'm sure you met a lot of famous people. Tell us about them famous people. So I want him to break it down.
And
No,
just-
I'm going to let Tiana speak on that. Man.
You're going to
I
let
mean,
Tiana
see,
speak
yeah,
on that one?
But no, go ahead,
'cause
T. Speak on it.
She was, because she went to a lot of events and so forth.
Well, come on with it.
So
Yeah. And you gotta
all
remember,
the people around me, I tried to make sure that
bringing
they
these-
got something. Yeah,
And they bringing these people to Waukegan, man.
Come on, T.
Before a lot of these artists blew up to what they was. But go ahead, T.
Right.
Give us the rundown on some of these good artists that then came down to Waukegan, or you might have went to them.
Yeah, so honestly, I got my first taste of celebrities when I was like 15, even before play-by-play. My mom, we used to listen to, V103. We was real cool with DJs, WGCI. So my first introduction to being around celebrities was at an R. Kelly celebrity basketball game. So I got a chance to meet a ton of celebrities, like Cameron when he first came out, Jim Jones.
Oh, damn,
Before he
okay.
was even I thought Jim Jones was somebody drunk uncle. I didn't even know who he was. He wasn't even famous yet. Cameron only had Horse and Carriage out. So
Damn.
yeah, I met Lorenz Tate. I met Brian McKnight. I met Tyrese when he only had that commercial on the bus.
Yeah.
I didn't even know who Tyrese
Coca-Cola
was.
commercial.
Yeah,
right?
I had no idea
Somewhat,
who he
yeah.
was. He was
Pepsi
singing
and
dead in my
Coca-Cola.
face. And
Damn.
I'm like, you're like, that's the dude from the Coca-Cola commercial. I'm like, oh. Yeah.
let me parlay on that a little bit too. Tiana, was you with us when they brought Usher in as a little boy before?
And I had a crush on him.
Yeah, Usher was a little boy
Man,
before they
that's
even
deep.
put out Usher's first record.
Y'all listen to this.
They brought Usher to the store. I think me and Wilma and Usher, we met Usher's mother. His mother used to be like hands on right when he was a little boy.
Yeah.
So forth, and we did a nice. I think they paid us to do a nice. We did a nice, probably 8 foot, what we call like a mural in the store for Usher. But he was just a little boy, and they knew, the record label knew that he was gonna be who he is and so forth. But before he even put out a record, he had came to play-by-play.
I wish
so
I would've
forth.
knew about
Right,
play-by-play
and
when I was
then
young.
another one. I knew Diddy, well, not knew Diddy, but I knew of Diddy before he got to be so famous. Diddy used to be at like the music conferences, Jack the Rappers, and all the conferences that we used to go to, and it wasn't even in the conferences.
my grandson,
couldn't
y'all.
even get in certain things. I don't know for what reason, but they was walking around with signs made up, handwritten bad boy signs before they was even who they are. That came to be. So certain things like that. That I've been privileged to, but we've been blessed. Put it like that.
So I remember a time where you had Twisted.
Yeah.
Y'all blocked the road. And many more. I'm talking about way back.
Yeah.
He had
Pretty
some way back.
Ricky.
Yeah.
Pretty Ricky.
come on.
Pretty Ricky, there we go.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of his name.
We
but
had
I-
Life Jennings at the store. We
There
had
you
Ty
go.
Dolla Sign at
And
the
it's-
store.
You hear what they saying now? Come on now, that's
Right.
they
Play,
cut-
you had
they-
somebody
we
way
talking
before
about Waukegan.
Before them, the rapper. You like any bands, any artists that came in, like I'm saying, way back. I mean, before
You
we
said
get to
bands.
band,
Right.
like the guys that may have been in a band.
Right,
Maybe
right.
one or two might have showed up.
Right. And I'm trying to think
groups.
that, like,
In a group.
actually,
There was a
yeah.
long time. I remember my brother
Right.
was telling me.
We talking about the community.
Yes, he would bring them.
Yeah,
They would
yeah.
stop in.
Oh,
Right.
So
man.
when there was events happening
I
in
didn't know that.
Chicago or something, they
Right.
would venture to play. And my brother said, "Man, I gotta hurry up, get up here."
Right. And we
This
called them-
before we was, our age group was
Right.
doing. He was doing this.
Right.
When I was a little bitty boy.
And we called them walkthroughs. They
Yeah,
would,
that's what it is. That's what I want you to talk about.
They would hit, say if the artist was coming in, they flew in Milwaukee, and they would head to Chicago.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't call it an in-store, where I could advertise it. They just say, man, we coming through just because we on our way to Chicago. So they'd stay here 10, 15 minutes.
Walkthroughs.
So we had several of those walkthroughs with that artist.
I'm telling you, my
and
brother
you had
put me
and
on.
you had to be just lucky
To be
to be there
in the
or
store
what,
at that time.
because I couldn't advertise it because they might cancel on me and so forth. Say they ain't got
yeah.
time and so
Yeah.
forth. But yeah, we did several artists like that. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Big Drew. He's checking in. He said,
Beautiful.
he said, "What's up, family?" He said, "You got legends on the show today."
Yeah.
Of course, play by play. Shout out for them. Shout out to them. We got they made time for us today, so we just thankful. We honored.
Very.
Letting you hear their story, because they tell you their story, how they started from the bottom and to the top.
There you
All
go.
the way to the top. Like I said, though, my brother,
Yes.
he was telling me about, he was like, man, I got to get, and I was young, and I kept saying, dang, he trying to hurry up, freshen up his
Right,
curl.
right, right.
Now, back then, it was them curls. Then the curls, he jump around.
I ain't never had no curl.
Right.
But in them
Pieces
curls,
and berries.
but them Jerry curls, that's what I'm saying. See, we wouldn't even really go on a play. Like, I'm saying they had it, they was young. This when they was in their clubbing days, it was way different. But rolling through play, he was saying, man, so-and-so gonna stop by, and a gang of them guys that used to go to the ring was flying that way.
Because I would tell people, after I got the call and you happen to be a customer that came in, I would tell you what's
I was going to ask
possibly
you,
going to happen.
how did you put the word? I was going to
Yeah,
ask
because
you.
we only did it.
It
we
wasn't
only
social
did it.
media. It wasn't Facebook
we
yet,
only
right?
did it by word of mouth.
Right.
But so I get that call that morning, say such and such on the plane and such, and they gonna try to make time. So I would tell them they gonna try to be here. So be around. And sometimes it got canceled. They didn't show, but a lot of times they did show.
Yeah, we had Boosie, we had Webby in there.
See,
there you go.
See,
Yeah.
Right, they
Boosie came and actually bought one of his CDs. He didn't even have
He
it.
didn't have right.
He didn't even have it.
Tell the story,
we
y'all.
had it right.
He was like, dang, y'all got. He was like, man, I don't even got mine. He was like, man, I gotta buy this now.
Right. Yeah. Sold him his own CD.
We sold it to him too.
Right. Right. Exactly.
So that had been that first one across the track, or not even
No,
across the
no,
track.
it was.
She knows. She keep
chose-
tracking.
I think it was
I
youngest of the.
The camp? No,
was it
no,
the-
no. That's Boots. Yeah, that's Bootsy.
I think it was. I think it was the youngest of the camp.
I choke slam.
Right.
Boom,
But
boom,
but
boom.
I can see it happening. I remember
I
that
just
day.
remember
Right,
he
exactly.
came in and he
Right.
walked around the store.
Right.
And he
Woke
looked.
up,
He
wiped
seen
my
his CD
face,
on the.
woke up, wiped the cold out my face, bro.
Right.
Man, I ain't asked for shit. I hit that something. I forgot.
And
It
all
was on
these-
that gold. It was that gold CD that when he was with CeeLo.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And all these local artists today, that local Waukegan artists, I got their CDs and they don't even have.
Yeah.
And they be trying to buy
So
from.
you-
I got like original stuff because I won't give it. Yeah.
Cause there's people that still can't find that super funky ride, that action CD.
See,
Young Action.
Right.
Yeah,
And see,
I got my original copy from Payton.
See,
Yeah,
you know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
Right.
And I was like, come on, man, that was the anthems back in the day.
Right,
Good
right.
music.
Yeah. Do or Die
So-
came through the
yeah.
shop.
See,
See,
that's another
see.
song.
South
Came
Park, banging,
Right,
mobbing, whatever it was. All them mixtapes back then, man, good music.
So, not to cut y'all off, I want to get to this question here too, because we're gonna get to a lot of other stuff. I got some stuff I'm going through, y'all. People at home.
Hold on, they said Yo Gotti came through a few
See,
times.
there you go.
See?
Right,
See?
right.
The
So
people
I don't-
know.
Right, they know.
That's
They know
come from
better than I
Corbin.
do because I can't remember all that stuff.
I
Right.
don't remember Yo Gotti.
Yeah.
That must have been before I got
Yeah.
there.
Some
And
heat.
I think Yo Gotti came. I think Yo Gotti, if serve me correct, again, we got the artists before they was famous.
Yeah.
That's how I was able to get them because they was working their
Promotional
product.
use
Right,
only.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
that's
they
how
was
you
working their
saw it.
product.
I mean,
Right, yeah.
You the
a
man
lot
to
of
put them
female.
on.
I only like Macy
Yeah,
Gray
hot
and
spot.
stuff like
Hot
people before
spot.
they might have came.
You probably talking play by play and then next stop George's Music Room or something
Exactly,
like that.
exactly,
That was the
exactly.
lineup. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They would send us out to listening parties. I went to go listen to the Massacre album before it came out. 50 Cent. I met 50 Cent. Yeah, it was Valentine's Day.
Songz, all
Yeah,
that
Trey
stuff.
Songz. I
Right.
met Trey Songz a few times. They sent us out to that.
That's what's up.
50 Cent gave me a little Carol's Daughter gift, and all that other good stuff. Yeah, so.
Sierra, all them, all them Too
Man,
Short.
that's crazy.
All them, yeah.
And it's like everybody now that they naming is like,
Right.
Yeah.
And some of the young folks might even know who we talking about, but these are legends.
Right.
oh yeah, these young motherfuckers.
Right.
So check this out.
Talk to.
What is your take like on the music industry back then versus now? So, yo, just give me a little something. Both
Thanks
of
for
y'all.
the hearts, Big Drew. I
Right.
see you, my
Go ahead,
boy.
Tiana. Yeah.
I still listen to old stuff.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be
okay.
honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. Between like 2000 and 2000 and I say 15 or so, that's kind of where I still listen to. Like some of the new stuff, not a big fan.
Okay.
Not a big fan. I'm older though, so I still kind of like
Yeah,
the old hip hop.
Yeah.
I listen to a few new albums. Like I still listen to Kendrick Lamar. If Kendrick Lamar drops something,
Say it.
I'm going to that concert Friday. By the way,
And that's crazy. I'm not a Kendrick
Right,
Lamar
right.
fan.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead, play. What about you from the back dens?
he playing
Give us
with
some
us
from the back
light-skinned
dens to now, though.
You know what? See,
Explain it like that
see,
rap.
right. I'm the back then. Well, for me, see, I'm a beat guy. See, I never was lyric guy.
Say
See,
it.
I'm a beat guy. So I like beats, and still to this day, I ride to instrumentals.
Best beat of all
You know.
time, then.
Ooh, go get him.
The best
Best
beat of all.
time.
Get him.
It's a couple of them.
It's, you know what? I don't think I have an all time, but
Paul
I like
Revere.
Donny Hathaway, The Ghetto,
Okay.
that Too Short did. I like the instrumental version.
Doom, doom, doom.
You know what I mean? The Ghetto, you know, so forth. The Mac, you know, I'm old school with it. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's certain ones.
Man, you put me on the SOS
Destiny
band.
Child,
You-
Beyonce did a classical album, you know, with an orchestra that I bang.
Yeah.
And if y'all find it, it's a Beyonce doing a classical with some orchestra, and they did all instrumental of her songs and so forth. And it's fire. Yeah. So you know.
Pay like that doctor office music.
You know, but you know, I like to lay back in the old school.
Well,
I
look,
like to lay
I had to go in there and I
talking
bust
shit.
down.
Right.
I got my first Surface cuts from him because I came in. I said, man, I knew this song,
Only you.
man, but he broke all the Surface to SOS band. I couldn't find. I knew the
Hold
song,
on, Williams.
but I didn't know who was by.
Wilma said the art of noise.
There you go.
That's
Right.
it. That's
Yeah.
it.
That's a
that
classic.
doom.
Right. But check it out though.
Yeah.
But check it
That'll
out.
put me to
Look,
sleep.
look,
I think
Ken-
that's sleep music.
But Kendrick, what he doing? Sampling Luther Vandross. See, they
Oh,
see
yeah, he
see
definitely-
all
Well,
these
tell 'em right
artists.
now. Tell
See
these people
all
right
see
now.
all the
What is
artists.
this?
All
Back
the
then to
right
now.
Well, all the artists. If you the successful ones, and I would say, and I don't know all the music, but what I hear on the radio, all they're doing is sampling.
Tell him, Play. That's what you used to tell.
They just sampling. and
Play
so
used to
forth.
tell me.
Right, and so I don't hold no weight to people that sound. If it's a hit song already, all you can do as an artist is mess it up because it's a hit already.
it's already hit.
It's already a hit.
you
So
gotta
there's no creativity there. Yeah, just because you throw some rap lyrics on top of it, it was a hit. The beat was a hit. The lyrics was a hit. So forth. So you ain't really did nothing. But the people bought that.
Some of these damn beats been used 3 times now.
You know,
for
Exactly.
sure.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and it's crazy.
Right.
I know.
And they
I remember a
fucking
long
song
time
is
ago.
still
I brought a
hot.
song on. Play broke me down. He said, that ain't who originally did that. Right. They redid that.
Right,
He said the original was here, and he'll play it. I was like, man, I want that too, though.
Right.
So I ended up buying the original, then the remake.
Yeah.
Then when Angela, what's the name, came with,
Yeah.
Yo Smile.
Right,
he versus-
Angela Winbush and all
See,
that. Right,
all of
see.
them, he hooked me
Right,
up.
right.
This is what I'm talking about. When I had that R&B, I got into R&B real hard. They know it.
right.
I said, I need to have all of this. You know what I mean? You know, then I would see other people come on over here. He had a gospel. They was grabbing the gospel.
Right.
And then we'll wait for a minute. And he'll
Right.
play the gospel, put it up, and get back to
Right.
it. But I had to make sure I was ready for the weekend, man.
Beautiful.
That's something I appreciate, though. I definitely want to say that because
Paul was one of my favorite customers. He bought everything. Everything I put in front of him.
Yep.
You want? Oh,
and listen here,
Hey,
DJ Gold.
2 things got it, music and food.
But let me tell you another a good hit. When I got that TV radio, you couldn't tell me nothing because this For Your Ride with the
Right,
videos,
videos.
with
So-
the
Right,
I
right.
think I got a DJ Juice video blend.
See,
Something I got. That motherfucker was hidden. I'm talking about a video blend.
yes,
Right.
But it was on a
For
CD
Your Ride.
though. It was
Yeah.
on a CD
right,
though.
right. Yep.
man.
It worked.
And then he would break it down like, man, somebody else
my
did
bad.
something that's even hotter. So you got to check out this.
So Mr. Woods, he just asked the question, said, best producer of all time to
Best producer.
you. Who making the best music, like putting it
See,
together
you ain't gonna
from
like
scratch?
it. See, but you ain't gonna like it. Is what I'm finna say. You
Say
know,
it.
because Babyface.
I thought
I
he was
knew
gonna-
he was going to say that.
No, no, hold on.
I knew
Babyface.
it.
And
It's
I
all
like
over.
and I like Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis.
So he on the whole LaFace record shit.
You know, and so I'm on the real. We on the real, right?
The Real
We
Talk
on the real.
Podcast.
So,
No, I'm
so
saying
I'm
like
on the
La-
real. So
That's
right.
LaFace though, correct
Right.
now though, right?
Yeah,
No?
but before, Babyface was still doing records before he was Babyface. See, Babyface was writing music for Prince and all this
I
earlier.
knew he was gonna say it, break it up.
Babyface was that Prince gave Babyface his name, if I serve my memory served correct, because he was in the studio and writing. He was one of the writers and stuff back in the. I think I'm telling it correct. My memory served me right, but so I go back to people that's authentic, like the R. Kellys of the world. See, you. I don't care what you say about him, as who he is or may turned out to be, but the talent is the talent.
Yeah, I don't judge him.
You know what I mean?
apart
So
from-
when you see
They was on
creativity,
some freaky shit.
you know what I mean? Creativity as far as writing and able to play it as well, like a Prince can.
Yeah.
See, that's a whole nother ball game.
Come on,
And who
talk,
you think?
talk to me, T. Give me your opinion.
What?
If you had to choose a producer right now, one of the best producers of all times that you would just play in your car right now.
Kanye.
Guarantee.
Kanye.
Of all time.
I mean, he
Why you say that though? Come on, T. Everybody need to know this though. Explain.
think about it. Think about his hits. The original Kanye, like College Dropout, fire. 808s and Heartbreaks, fire.
Yeah.
Like
he
Kanye
got
West.
music now.
Kanye West got music.
Great
And
music.
he plays.
And he still has good
And he's
music.
talented
He
as
still
hell.
got
And
good
don't forget,
music.
he got a hit on the
Ty
gospel.
Dolla Sign.
Right.
Ty Dolla Sign.
Yeah. He came
Jermaine
to the store.
Dupri.
Ty Dolla Sign came to the store.
Yeah, my-
Oh, yeah, you can't forget about Jermaine Dupri.
Jermaine Dupri.
Right.
Brian Michael Cox. Jonte Austin.
Oh, I forgot about him.
Yeah.
See?
Oh, we talking
Dallas.
about producers.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dr. Dre. Like, it's like when you know that they had something to do with it,
Right.
you know it was going to be a hit.
Right.
Facts.
Right.
Now getting to that, what sold the most at your business? R&B, rap, country, gospel, jazz, light rock, because you had all of this.
Right,
Everything I mentioned to y'all,
Right.
play by play didn't just have your R&B, your rap. He had your jazz,
Right.
he had your rock, heavy metal. I believe
Right,
you had
right.
a
Of
section
course,
in there.
of course.
He had, so you didn't just come in, it wasn't just us people.
Right.
Black, brown. He had that freestyle, like Wilma said, your house music, DJ Bad Mix. You used to slide in there on the sneak side. Bad Mix, I know you looking. You would slide in there on the sneak side.
Right.
Get that.
And they was. So,
slide in there. And before we go over there, I would go to, gardeners too, right? I want to share this with everybody out there. Yeah, I was cheating on play, right? Go to Gardeners over there, right there on Glen Floor,
Man,
on the
you-
west
you
side.
cheat on
You know what I mean?
everybody.
Go there,
You
look.
cheated on
But
all-
look here.
Look,
I'm gonna tell you.
Hey, he
my
know-
guy-
you come back
hey,
to.
hey, he
Hey,
know how
look.
He know how
I
to
went to
overtalk me.
Gardeners, y'all. I'm gonna tell you this story. I went to Gardeners. I said, man,
But
let me slide on. My guy said, his pop, right about a liquor store, Dimes. I got a couple homies with me. I'm gonna slide on because they knew said to. I mess with everybody, y'all. But anyway, I pull in the parking lot. I go in there. I said, yeah, said you got this. He said, man, I don't even know who that's buying. Say he'll laugh right now. He'll laugh. Me and him tight right now. He be like, man, Joe. He said, man, where you hear that? I said, man, well, let me tell you. I know it came out. I'm going to have to bag up. I'm going to come holler at you something else. I got to go around the corner to play by play. And he got me tight. He had it on the shelf. And this is what I'm trying to tell you about having your own business.
Yeah.
He had it on the shelf. And if he didn't, in the morning, he had it for you. Give me 24 hours. I got your music.
Definitely.
Then I had to turn around and let me tell you some funny. This is 40. Wait, go. Funny story. I leave play by play. I said, I got it anyway. I got it yesterday. Play by play hooked me up. He said, well, yeah, let me hear it. Let me see it. Hold on, cuz. Don't go nowhere. I got to dibble it.
He got a
dibble.
he got a copy.
He got a copy,
He
y'all.
done stole the music.
Hey,
Damn.
listen. But there go when you really in your craft and in your business.
Right.
You go out and get it. You gonna hold
We
it.
drive all the way to Chicago.
Hell yeah.
Man, I'm just
Chicago.
about
If
that
it's
story.
the product, if it's the
Right.
product you
Chicago,
want.
Milwaukee, because that's where our wholesalers was. So I'm there, one of the first ones there in the morning. I'm getting out of my bed to beat the morning track there, and so I can get back in time to open my store. So that's what we did. I didn't tell y'all, that, but that's what we had to do. Now you get next day service and everything, overnight. But it wasn't none of that. I had to hit the highway and so forth early in the morning just to sell that item to keep that customer happy. Now, my profit margin was maybe $2-3. Wow. That's all it was. The profit on that item. We'd say we talking about that particular item.
Right.
But as you see that it went, like we talking about now, the service. And that's what catapult me to the business that I'm in.
Let me shout out to Chris Rogers. He over here high as hell on Facebook. He said Drake is the best artist of all.
Chris Rogers.
Yeah, he said Drake is the best artist ever.
And you say he high?
I think he high as hell.
You think he high? He right.
Drake
Drake is good too, though.
Drake is great.
He good.
But he's definitely
He's
not the best of
artist
ours.
Right.
I heard he's
But that's a
hold
young
on.
person. I know this person. That's
But
out
shout
there.
out to
Right.
us light skinned.
So he's younger than you and everybody else. So he a young person.
I'm not
he
gonna.
just he
I
ain't
can't give it to
he ain't
Drake a long
seasoned yet.
time when it comes to rap.
No.
Yeah, he ain't
rap.
seasoned.
Not rap.
Right, he still need a little flavor to
Yeah.
it. So he ain't seasoned, but we get it.
But getting back to the question though, what was it? Play? Was it the R&B? Was it the rap? The country?
Oh, the best
Gospel?
selling.
Yeah,
Right.
best selling.
Hands down. We already
Yeah.
know. Tiana, was you on board when it came out? I ain't gonna say what it was. She'll know that we had boxes stacked, tapes and CDs,
No
and we
limits.
couldn't open them up fast enough.
Bowdy soundtrack.
You know that was a good one. That ranked up one of the good ones.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
was still in high school, so
right?
I wasn't working
T-
it
right,
yet.
I'm gonna go
so,
with it.
Go ahead.
Can I go with one?
Go ahead.
I think I was gonna say Tupac when he did that double CD.
That was good, but he was already Tupac at that point, so you had to go earlier than that. So
Give it to
we
me.
talking about Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre album, The Chronic when it first dropped, Machiavelli when it first dropped.
Mac Mall.
But the Snoop Dogg, but the Dr. Dre, because the anticipation on the Dr. Dre, the first Chronic album, I probably had pre-sold before it even hit the street.
Damn.
I probably pre-sold 75,
Yeah, we did a lot of
100,
pre-sales
100,
all
and
the
so
time.
forth. Yeah, 100 pre-sales.
7,500, like 7,000.
No, 75 to 100, but
okay.
pre-sales.
Oh, okay.
So
God
the
damn.
boxes, what did the boxes come in? A 30 count box?
Yeah, about 30 count.
30 count box. And we had stacks of them.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And we couldn't open the boxes fast enough when people
New
waiting
artists.
outside. We couldn't open the box
See, that's
fast
them
enough.
times.
Right.
Them times.
Right. We
Because
couldn't.
we'll get it in that Friday before the Tuesday it was supposed to come out.
Exactly,
It was
right.
supposed
Y'all
to come
knew
out on
that.
Tuesday,
Yeah.
but we got it in on Friday. So
So in
And we were selling it.
the street guys
Right.
ready to turn
Right.
up. They ain't
And
want to
then
wait
the
on no
industry
tours.
got aware of it, and then the industry, and they tried to, try to shut me down. Say, well, we ain't going to get it to you till Monday morning and all. That was later on, down the line. But they couldn't stop what was supposed to happen. We was known for putting out the music, and we had it. So, yeah.
That's what's up, man.
So
Yeah.
you still say? So you say like maybe the
Yeah.
Chronic was like a best top?
Yeah. Chronic, the Snoop Dogg album, the very first Snoop Dogg album.
What's my name?
Yeah, the very first one. That, yeah. 'Cause
So-
the anticipation on that was just major.
On your R&B,
Right.
What you think on your R&B?
Yeah, on R&B. What was anything that back then? Let me
Well,
see.
you figure. I'm figuring like if
Anything-
you had a line for.
Yeah, anything that right. You ain't gonna see y'all gonna hate, but we constantly sold the Keith Sweats of the world, the Luther Vandross of the world, the Nita Bakers of the world. We
if
constantly.
somebody died,
Yeah,
that's when we
that's
got
a
a lot
lot
of
of-
sales.
right,
Yeah.
What?
When Michael
Yeah.
Jackson,
Yeah,
Prince,
right.
because
Yeah,
you
right.
figure they albums gonna go classic.
right.
It's gonna be
I
hard to
came to
get.
Payton Stewart. I think I bought like 3 magazines with Michael Jackson's face on them.
See,
Yeah.
right.
And I put them up in collections, and I still
Right.
got the fuckers in plastic now.
See,
I'm
right,
a
beautiful.
collector.
Right, there
Yeah.
you go.
I mean, I'm a
But
collector.
yeah, she hit it right on here. I don't care if it was white artists, it was rock, pop, heavy metal, country, blues. If it was a major artist, once they died, people tried to recapture their youth or whatever, and so now they want to parlay on. And the same thing. Remember this when we try to tell people quit carrying CDs, they 100 and 300 CDs in their car.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then people steal them.
because
and
people
then
was
they
always
come in-
replacing their whole book.
Right,
Take
they
the
want
whole
they,
book.
they
That
some-
one for me.
see-
Remember
see,
when I
yeah,
bought that book?
That was you.
So
Remember
people-
my whole collection got
Go.
stolen.
And
It
so-
broke in my
That's why he
car.
was my best customer.
Right, and
Man.
then try to come in and one day
I
and
got
buy
my
up
first
100
CD
CDs.
book from Play.
Right.
Got my first book where I had I would put the CD and the
Yeah,
case
yeah,
and
right.
stole 2 or 3 of them.
But I would tell them, what did I tell them? I was, don't carry all this stuff with you
Get
because
you a
it's-
little small.
get
little,
your 30 playlist or that you can stand and take a hit. But they wouldn't listen to me. They
No.
had to have all they stuff.
He had to replace everything. So
Yeah,
I mean,
everything.
I sold him everything.
Flap through it
Right,
all.
right,
Man,
right. They wanted to show up.
I still got,
Show it
I
off.
low key
Right.
still got some in storage.
Okay, now we coming like
Right.
towards the end, right?
Right.
DJ Go, play. What are your greatest memories that you can take away from being the business owner of Play by Play? What are the memories you can take away from? being
You
the
know
business
what? This probably gonna bore y'all.
No,
but this is
get
some of
bore
the
us
stuff.
then.
This what's gonna be in the documentary. Type stuff.
Lifetime movie.
It's gonna be.
I want to be in the movie. We make one. Like, we can make one.
Right, and we should actually.
make
the
a
street
movie.
that should actually make one because
Ace, get ready.
Right.
I can see you making one. Disorderlies too.
Disorderly too. Right.
Oh, my
right.
goodness.
Right. Repeat the question one more
yeah.
time for me, man.
Hey, he can't
Right.
I threw you off the ground.
Right.
I'll see how many people remember.
Whatever.
How many people
You
remember
showing your age
Disorderlies?
now.
Yeah,
You telling your age.
Yeah,
now.
The movies back then.
Right.
Yeah, and he had the movies too. So what are your greatest memories, right? The memories, you got the greatest memories that you can take away from being in the business owner of Play by Play. That means
Right.
your greatest memories.
Check it out. My greatest memory, and this is the testimony.
Okay.
Is that I have to give honor to God. This is what. Now y'all know I've been there 30-something years. I never was broken into. I never was robbed.
Oh.
All right. Even when that stuff went down in Kenosha with the boy, so forth, and the riots, and they did the riots, so forth. And my wife, I remember like it was yesterday. My wife
respected it,
They
man.
said, you know what? She said, you going down there, and watch over the shop. I said, no, I'm not going down there. I said, we got insurance, and the good Lord, I've been rolling with him all these years, so forth. And so I didn't go. I didn't get no phone calls, anything. So I came to the store the next morning, anticipating that it might have been some whatever drama. And it wasn't. It skipped right over me. They hit, the car stereo, the liquor store, they hit everybody else. But it didn't hit mine. And somebody came and told me, they said, they was out there riding that night. So that night, he said, whoever was the leader out there, and I thank them to this day, they said, no, leave that black man business alone because he's a good brother. Did not touch my business whatsoever. And another memory is, real quick, the testimony that is when the building blew up next door to us. Now, people crossed the street, building got damaged, people next door to us got damaged, people on the other side of us got damaged, and the insurance had to pay off on it. Nothing happened to our building. The explosion went over us or around us or whatever.
Now, are y'all listening to what he just said?
So forth. So that's the blessing. And now everybody, y'all, they seen the mannequins because of a tuxedo store. They thought I was out in the street.
I'm not even gonna lie. I got off work
Right.
and I was walking down the
Right.
street to go
Right.
check it out because I heard it was an explosion, and I just seen like body parts all over the street.
Yeah.
And I was
way
like,
back.
but it was mannequins.
Right.
Oh my gosh, it was
Right.
mannequins.
But people went across the street, and y'all know how grand across it. Their windows got shattered and different stuff and everything.
Oh, that was
Nothing-
I remember that
Yeah.
was a big
Right,
ass.
Yeah.
right,
Yes,
right.
very big.
Well, yeah, because the building ain't there no more. It's the
Yeah,
parking lot.
yeah,
So, yeah.
I forgot about
Blew
it.
that mug straight up.
Right.
Damn, I
Right.
forgot. Yeah.
Right. And I'm finna be funny now. Y'all know God has tried to move next door to me for a couple years, right there, and that was part of that building.
Right.
But people say, that I blew up the building, but that wasn't the case. He had been
The hair
gone.
salon.
He had been gone
A long time.
long
Couple
time.
weeks.
Since
No, long time, like months and months. He
yeah.
had closed
Like a
down.
year, right?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
had
he
been
was a
gone.
year.
Right, but so that was what the street was saying. That Payton the blood. No, that wasn't the case. But what I'm trying to tell you is, just like it didn't stay, the store didn't stay or whatever that long. God removes your enemies from around you or people that got something against you.
Pay attention to what he's saying.
So forth, when you living right, so forth.
living right.
And what did I tell y'all when they moved in next door to us? I told them, look, we ain't saying nothing good, we ain't saying nothing bad. You see them, make sure you speak.
Okay.
And so be cordial and so forth. And our customers are talking about, you know, I'm going to go. I said, hey, you know, we can't tell you where to go, whatever, you know, check them out or whatever. But I made sure that my crew, we stayed true to what we did, so forth, and handle our business and let the Lord deal with the rest.
I know that
'Cause
hurt,
what my mother said, what the good Lord got for you, can't no man take
it
from
away.
him. So
Ooh,
forth.
boy, he hit it there.
That kind of hurt though. Somebody open up a shop right next to you.
It didn't hurt a bit. I'm trying to tell you because
but
did you just hear what I
As
said?
us being black people, we shouldn't be.
But
thinking
listen
like
to
Oh,
what
let
I'm
me tell y'all. I
Take
got to
that
interrupt
shit
y'all. Let me
somewhere
tell y'all
else.
this, because see now we getting into, you know, we getting into the history. Now before I was a play-by-play in Zion.
Okay.
All right, and I just told this story the other day to a family member. Before it was a store in Zion, Mr. Gardner had a store in Waukegan already. Oh no. Right. And
Glen
down there,
Forest.
Genesee,
10th
or
Street.
Genesee, 10th Street,
It was
no,
right there
Genesee.
before like.
But Jesse's, right?
Right.
Really about no, because he had
This
a
had to be
restaurant
like
too over there.
Right. So y'all got to remember, but check it out. So before I even opened up the store, I went to Mr. Gardner. This the dad. This the God honest truth. I said, Mr. Gardner, I said, I'm thinking about opening up a store in Zion, Illinois, that's roughly 8 to 10 miles away from you right now. I said, is it enough business if I open up? Because I was raised, I do not want to take from you and your family.
There you go.
Right. So for us, as one black man to a young black man to an older black, I will give you that respect. I said, I don't have to do this business. And he said, no, young man, you know what? It's more than enough business going around. If Mr. Gardner would have said that no, it would take from him, it probably would have never been a play-by-play records.
Y'all hear that?
So forth.
Play-by-play just said he asked permission when he really didn't have to ask permission, but
Exactly.
because the home bringing, he was
trying to take
brought
away.
up to be respectful to his elders. He went over there before he opened his doors. He said, "Listen here, I'm thinking about opening me a business.
Right.
I'm asking you, Mr. Gardner's older guy. He's like, hey, look, open that business up.
Right.
Enough money for both of us.
And right, and that was the whole thing. Cause on the table was a men clothing store. You know we didn't have a men clothing because what's called Lee or whatever the name was had went out of business years ago. Men's shoe store. We needed all that stuff back in the 80s or whatever. We didn't have in Zion, and so the record game was just the only game that my pocket that allowed me to get in at the way I wanted to. Yeah. That was it. That's how it came about.
Man, I'm trying to tell you put so many of us on. DJs, just even gospel people, church people used to come in.
Right.
And I'd be clowning out, but I knew how to relax. When they came in, they wanted to hear their church music. They come straight after church. We want to know this was by so-and-so, so-and-so, so-and-so. You know, and it's just, man, it's just history.
Yeah,
And that's why I had to make sure he came on Go. We had to just make sure we give him shine.
And we talking about right here in Waukegan, Illinois, Zion, Kenosha, and like I say, you just gotta think what he started
And
from.
your famous
where
word,
he's
he
at.
employed people.
I mean,
In the community, he employed
16
people.
16 on the
Hey,
payroll.
y'all got me on the phone this afternoon. What at the barbershop with
Yeah.
Rob now? With one
Rob
of our older,
Ravano,
with
Rob, Booney them.
Them good brothers. Shout
what's
out
her
to them.
name?
And
Marty. Well, yeah.
Latino girl.
I
who
brought
worked for
Marty
you.
in just to handle my Spanish clientele
That's
to be
right.
able to
Shout out
speak
to
Spanish.
Marty. I know she probably looking.
and so forth. And then she told me on the phone that that she blessed and made making 6 figures.
And you know what's
That's
so funny?
beautiful. That's a beautiful.
You know what's so
thing.
funny though? When we sat down, we was talking. I said, I bet y'all remember when he put them. Remember the first time he put them CDs hanging from the ceiling?
Right.
I said when I came in one point,
Right,
I was
right,
like,
right.
check it out.
Right.
CDs was hanging.
And I stole it from the movie. The movie that Kid and Play. Who
House
did?
Party.
The
House
House
Party.
Party. I stole that idea from them because they was the record store and they had the CDs hanging from the
Man,
ceiling.
that was a long process.
But yeah, see, you was part of that, hanging them CDs up.
That shit had a glare kick to it.
Yes.
It was real
different.
CDs.
Yeah,
It was
was
real-
different.
it was
He
real
had
CDs.
real
CDs hanging
dog.
from the ceiling.
That was different.
Right.
I was there when he was getting shipments sometime.
Right.
You hold on, Paul.
Right.
UPS at the back door. Oh, it's here right now.
Right.
It's here.
Right. There you go. Right. And
Your
that-
stuff right here, right now. You ain't gotta wait till tomorrow. So some of the times you thinking about young kids. I also
Right.
thought about there was a lot of young kids who coming here, play all. he
3
also-
generations, man.
And
We went
he
through.
had donation buckets.
Right.
I am not gonna forget.
Right.
I want to really stress before
Right.
you see everybody putting these donations out there in the street.
Right.
He was doing that back then.
Right.
The 5 pail buckets.
Right.
Filling up. This is for so and so. Something happened to them. Man,
Right.
go ahead and put a little extra in there for him.
There you go.
He did that,
Right.
and then it was not publicized.
Right. No.
He was doing for the town then.
I had more of my street people donate to that bucket than any regular people on the street.
Man.
The people that was out there, because they poured into what the cause was. And those people don't get recognition, but them people, they poured into my church. Shout out to Zion Temple
When
Church.
you was trying to get a van, remember
right,
that?
trying to get a van.
Raise money for the van.
And we still don't have one to this day out of all these years. But
What?
No. It's the Lord. The Lord is gonna work it out because maybe it wasn't our time. It still had never happened so far because for whatever reason. But the thing is that they poured into. What I believed and what I was trying to do in the community. And so shout out to all those that contributed to the bucket that's in the store. The money always went to the cause. I want y'all to know that. It never
I
was
never
done.
forget. He said,
Right.
man, we got to get us a good church van
Right.
or something for the guy. I
Right,
said, okay.
Right,
He
right,
said, man,
right.
whatever you can.
Right.
He didn't tell you put 5 in.
Right.
Whatever you can do,
Right.
I'll take whatever.
Right. And we had and he probably listening now, one of retired police, officers, so forth, and Brother Dennis out there probably listening tonight. He gave me his family van that was, what y'all call it, one of the vans that got, the seats inside and the chair. No, old, like a convergent van or whatever, but it had like a couch seat or you can put a bed in there or whatever, you know what I mean?
Right.
But so we used that temporarily and so forth, but we didn't use it. But it never happened. And I'm still praying for it to this day. It's gonna come because it's the way, it's gonna come when he sent it. It's gonna be on time. Put it like
What
that.
church do you attend?
Zion Temple, the church. God,
And where that's
right,
located at?
Right next to Salem Food Store, the little church on the alley,
That's
right there,
right. Every
Galilee.
Sunday there.
Right.
Now, see y'all-
Right. I've been there all my life,
Where
except for yeah.
Where they got that big sign, do not plow snow in front of this.
There you go. Exactly.
I know
right.
that. I know
Right,
that.
right.
He
That's
own
it.
it too.
Right,
They own
right,
it over
right,
there.
right, exactly.
And I went there after I was going to Chicago. Me and my mom.
Yep, your
Bench
mother
dog,
was there, was
bench
right,
there, right there
yeah.
in Zion. He used to play little
Yeah.
drums and stuff
There
there,
you-
for him. And,
there you
and
go.
he was a fireman, just like Play.
Right.
It's that's a
Pastor
blessing.
Brewer, yeah,
Pastor Brewer used
was
to
a
get off
fireman.
work,
Yeah,
open the church doors.
there you go.
Firefighter, y'all.
There you go.
A firefighter.
Yeah.
Retired, went back.
Retired,
Me and him talk.
retired chief of police, city of Evanston.
See?
Yeah, so I'm a pastor.
Went back.
Right.
So, so Play, what's next for Payton? Since everything is done, we know that you retired now as far as close the doors.
Yep.
And you know what? I was just thinking like, man, and you were still open for a long time.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
all this new stuff was you still was doing your thing.
Right. You know what? Right now, everybody know that I'm a servant. So, you can call me, if I can be some help to you in any kind of way. That's what I'm out here doing, now. And I help out, the last 2 years I've been at Zion Bennett High School, my old high school. They asked me to come be on board. I'm a truancy officer, a glorified truancy officer.
You don't play no games, do you?
But yeah, see,
You don't play
already
no
know.
game?
Right. So, but check it out, and I'm glad you mentioned it. So I only go there a couple hours a day and roll out. We got a crew, a team. We call the crawl out crew. They all retired folks, that's retired. So we go and we deal with the kids that has chronic absenteeism, so forth, and we able to go knock on doors, get people out of bed, hold parents accountable, so forth, while their child ain't in school, and get them back in. So I'm doing that a couple hours, and then the other thing, Paul, real quick, after that I go up to Racine, and I'm in the Racine school district up there, where we helping the kids from the youth all the way up to seniors. But these are the kids that have challenges and issues, from whatever. I'm gonna leave it at that. Yeah. So on all levels, but we have a music studio up there. So I go every day, a couple hours up there, and teach these kids a different avenue with the music still. And we got a tight tight music still, and it's called real. You know,
So before I get off the little subject, now I see you wearing your play-by-play gear because I remember when you first came out with it.
Yeah.
Is there any way they can get that play-by-play
You know
gear
what,
still? Like, you got any hoodies still left? Because I got my white and black were dingy. I got the records. I had a special edition one done. So I had records put on my.
We still got some material and stuff, but I gotta do some more. So I've been doing stuff on the side. People catch me and so forth because, you know, we got the machine and stuff now, so we can do it ourselves. But, you know, I used to have to send it out in bulk and stuff. But now I do the ones and twosies and here and there. So whatever you need, you know, the play-by-play phone number is still there on. I had to carry two phones.
Tell everybody right now what it is.
847-662-PLAY. Just like it was. 847-662-PLAY. And that play stands for 7529. All right. And but you got to ask her what she doing. Cause see, I'm so proud of the people around me. Just like when we mentioned Marty and stuff,
right.
they did people that's calling me back and that's then parlay what, you know, we work together. I told each employee I ever had, I said, look, this is what I do for a living. Use me as a stepping stone to get to where y'all want to be. And so to hear testimonies about Marty today and the kids, her son and the service and to you, this is what it's all about, the pouring in. And this one right here, that's why I pour into her. Right. You know, I pour into her. You know, if it wasn't a day go past, I'd tell, look, you know, you need to be a homeowner. Wilma out there, you need to be a homeowner. No, I don't want to own a home. Well, there's different ways to own a home. You know, condo, whatever, townhouse, you want to cut grass, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But she listened. Then that not just talking about, and she's a hard worker.
Yes, she is.
So, you know, that's the thing. Is nothing kept her down raising her kids and so forth. So I had to pour into that. But let her tell you what she up to because I'm proud of her as well. That's why she here.
Before she get into it, is am I saying the name right? Q Diaz?
Yep, yep. That's my dad. Yeah, I'm my dad. That's my daughter. That's my daughter.
She definitely said, Dad, we are all so proud of you.
Man,
that's my
boy,
daughter.
bring my heart up.
That's my youngest daughter right
that's
there.
Good.
He sacrificed a lot, man.
No, that's what's up, man.
And not a lot of nights he was tired. I know he was. I can see it on your face.
But go ahead, T, because I didn't want to cut you off. I just wanted to show that love right
there. I'm just here for support, but I'm actually in medical device sales. So I actually,
Right, there you go. Right,
yeah. Right. I'm in medical sales for one of the largest medical manufacturers in the world. So, like, if you go to, like, the hospital and you see, like, the containers that carry, like, the needles and the syringes and stuff like that, even the needles and syringes, the company that I work for. That's,
all right.
Yeah.
How you like that? How you like that, T?
Oh, I love it. I love it. Yeah. So.
Do you miss the music before we get off? Do you miss the music being a part of the?
No, I still got playlists on my phone. What are you talking about?
I'm saying as far as like they're dealing with the people too, man. Because look, I don't know how it would be dealing with the younger kids now. Because look, let me tell y'all something. Younger kids is crazy. But getting off of that, it's just we had a play-by-play was like a barbershop.
Yeah.
You stopped there. Sometimes you didn't even buy nothing. You just slid in what's coming out.
Right.
Yeah.
You had to have that stepping stone where whether it was in Zion, Waukegan, you had to stop in and what's this? What's next? And then you got the 411 on whatever's gonna happen.
For sure.
You know.
Yeah, we definitely did.
You miss the times like that?
Sometimes, I do. I'm not gonna lie, because you kind of go in there and you get to play the music real loud. We had good speakers,
right?
So, it's like the new music come out. You get to play it real loud.
Hey, did you ever play like there'd be some stuff that just come out and you'll just play and then we didn't know what it was. You had it playing. That made us.
That was my responsibility.
I know. I'll be walking out here just play something. I turn around like you something else.
Right.
Yeah, that was my job.
Go, how many records you bought?
But check it out.
I bought a lot from P. Don't get me wrong. I was still buying his old collection from him. He'll let me scan through the old shit and get right.
Remember this, T? After you suggest a sale to that person and played that music and that person said, give me one, what did I have you do?
You go ahead and put it together on a compilation. We'll make you your own custom compilation.
And the thing is, too, I said, take that record off. That record sold. Put another one on while they don't even know it. Right, because we ain't gonna let that one just continue to play because you already said you want it. So there's no reason to keep that
Play
one
something
playing.
else on.
Play something else and see if we can get their ear and their palate. And so play something else. And keep playing something else until they say, what's that? See, that suggested sale. We were just putting it in.
And after a while, I kind of knew who like what. So they're like, what you got
But you
new?
miss it a little bit?
You know what?
I
only miss it when the people bring it up. Like now we talking about it, but you got to remember what y'all don't know. The reason why I got out, and that's gonna be part of the documentary. The Lord just came to me overnight and told me I was done, and so I woke up that morning and told my wife, I said I'm done. I didn't plan on it. I didn't go to bed. I went to bed thinking, what I got to do the next day. And when the Lord said, man, you know what, you're done. So I closed the store 45 days, 60 days later. See, my direction come from the man above. That's what then kept me. So, and he kept me all these years. So I went in. I said, man, Lord, you know what? I'm making more money now. And this was, April, May?
April of 2023.
Yeah, April of 2023. I said, Lord, you know what? I close at the end of the year because I want them Christmas sales. I want them Christmas sales. I want I want this holiday
summer
money.
barbecue.
Right. I want this summer money. I want all that. And it dealt with my spirit so much that he said, didn't I tell you, Cole? So a week didn't go by where, my thought gonna do it my way. A week went, man, I gotta do it.
You got all your blessings because
right,
of obedience.
exactly.
From day one.
And so when we went in there with the Lord and we walked out of there thanking the Lord. So and that's all on video. So we walked out of there. Same thing. So
I remember going in there and getting some stuff when you was getting rid of man. I had tears in my eyes. I was like, man, I missed my spot because I'm gonna stop in.
Right.
It wasn't nothing on a Friday evening, and then we had to, I had to get on you about your Dallas Cowboys.
Right. Yeah.
I had to get on you about your.
Everybody know
people
I'm
at home,
a Cowboys.
You rock
fan.
with them Cowboys.
Right,
He stopped coming to watch the game with us
Right.
because of the Cowboys. So I'm just letting you know. What about your Cowboys anyway?
You know what? If I was a cursing man, I'm gonna say the hell with it. But no, I'm a Cowboy guy.
Well,
so,
DJ Gold is Green Bay Packer fan. I just want to let you know. I mean, I lose money to him all the time. He got to be if he always riding with him.
I just know
Who's gonna win?
Yeah, the Bears not gonna win.
Well, you rolling with
even with them Bears players coming in the store, I used to bet them. I said, I'm betting against y'all. So forth. And some of the few that came in the store, I said, I'm betting against y'all. They taking back. It got to a point they wouldn't even bet so far on their team, because they knew they were gonna lose.
Play with us in closing. Is there anybody you want to give a special shout out to, special thanks to? Anybody out there? Just you can go ahead. Just your last 3 minutes, 4 minutes.
You know what? The special shout out, and we kind of touched on all the people that poured into me when I was younger. So for my family, my wife, but even before my wife and before I became who I am now, I got family members that testified that I knew whenever I was a young person that I was going to be a business owner and work for myself. So when I was saying it at 6, 7, 8 years old, so forth, I wanted to work for myself. And so, but all the people that poured into me, well, my church family, my family, the community, that's the main thing. One of the main things, my community got behind me. And for all those that we come with haters, I remember some of the haters. Up there on the basketball court, I would come after close up on a Sunday. But I hear your business ain't doing too well when I first started out. And it was my people ain't doing it. I said, you know what? Yeah, you know what? It could be doing a little better if you came in and spent some money.
See.
You know what I mean? So, just because of how they give it, me, and everybody know I'm giving it back. And I don't hold my words, so for you on my team or you ain't on my team, you know how I roll. So, and so that's the community showed me nothing but love. Young people, old people, and still to this day, that's exactly how it is. So I get a whole lot of respect. It's because I gave a whole lot of respect. So I didn't shy away when I was out, representing when I was in California or New York or wherever I was, in music conference, Florida, whatever. I represented Zion, Waukegan. Now, did I say it was right outside of Chicago? Yes. But I represented where I came from.
There you go.
So that's why when people go and you may go to Timbuktu somewhere and mention Zion and Waukegan, I was putting us out there when nobody else was talking about us, because I felt the obligation. And same to this day, I feel the obligation. I got to give back. And so I say that to say this, that all these parents out here, pour into your children. You know which one that that's on the right path. You know what I mean? Because the ones that's in your household, that's they passed and what they up to, that's breaking into folks' house. Do something about it before the streets do something about it. Before the police do something about it. I encourage y'all. I know I'm kind of getting off the subject, but I encourage y'all to pour into your children. I got one in my family right now, Alondre. He just graduated Zion Benton. That's who I'm getting my family behind. Pour into him because he has the it. When you know your children or your cousins, your nieces have got it, pour into them. Not talk about it, be about it. And that's what we're doing with this young man. We're going to pour into him because he's going to make a difference in his own family and so forth. So, my message is that, I'm here for y'all. Always have been, always will be, so forth. I'm Zion all the way, even though I'm all over, but Zion is my true, my true colors, so forth. And I'm here to help any way that I can.
You got anything special things you want to say?
Well, shout out to all my family and friends who tuned in. Thank you guys, near and far. My Bennett family on the West Coast. Thank you all for checking me out.
And you know what? I got and people texting me and stuff now, telling me about the United Music Retailers. We was a group of retailers that band together to fight against a lot of the BS that the industry was trying to do. So one of the listeners here remind about the United Music Retailer, and one of our main leaders, he's gone now, Mr. Dedrick Jones, was a pioneer of some of the things of what they doing now. He did back in the day. It was called The Experience, where they brought in artists at the DeSable Museum and showcased the artists. They did your interview like we doing now, almost like a Johnny Carson type of situation. Showcase the artists, and the artists performed a couple songs, and all the guests got to buy the CD and such and such. So, but a shout out to them too.
And before I close, get a hold of Robert Foster. There is something like in the music he's doing right now. It's called Sessions, everybody. Yeah. He also is bringing a little form of a tiny desk.
Yeah.
Come in here, book you a session with him, and sit down. And he got quality work. Quality work. He got some real, you really need to get in here. If you're really trying to be seen and you want to be heard, he going to give you that chance. You better get a hold of him now before he blow up, because it's going to come.
Right. And if
he's trying to work with you now. You better come on here, make sure your stuff is right, though.
I just heard about it today. He just mentioned it to me tonight and so forth. And I'm going to get behind him. So forth. I'm going to get behind him.
Shoot the number. I want that number to go across, because a lot of people may not know, but we are trying to put people in position so they can get heard. And if you don't do it, ain't nobody going to go. Got events he's doing. He put on for the community. He got the Southside reunion coming up. Him and Ray do so well. A lot of people doing some stuff, and y'all need to take heed at it.
And I don't want to speak for him, but anything I'm part of, I don't want no foolishness. So if you ain't about your business, don't waste these people's time. So if you just looking for clicks, do that on your own time. Okay. You know what I mean? So this is the real talk, right?
The Real Talk podcast.
This the real talk. So, keep all that other stuff, away from here, please.
Right.
Because we're trying to pour into something that's positive and so forth, Yeah.
Man, I want to thank both of y'all for coming on the show. DJ Go, you got anything you want to say to anybody before you go?
Shout out to everybody that
What about your daughter? You want to give her another shout out?
I gave her a shout out already.
Another one, though. What's a lie?
No, I'm going to put her a shout out when it's time to put that cash app up for the college.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't need to keep giving shout outs, Okay. Donate.
Yeah, I know that's
Some of y'all owe me some money. I'm going to put the link up. You can send it there if you owe me.
Hey, that's the Real Talk podcast. DJ Go, y'all. Check him out Friday, right? You on Friday?
Yeah, Friday I will be at Frank's. Sunday I'm doing the grand open. No, I ain't no goddamn fan. But Sunday I will be doing the grand open for a black-owned business. I cannot think of the name right now, and I feel so damn bad. Oh, she gonna kill me. Yeah, it's Sunday, black-owned business opening up in Waukegan. I do the grand
That's
opening.
good. That's good.
And my wife just take, you know, I gotta let
Go
her know
ahead,
that
go
we
ahead,
get-
go ahead.
You know, so I mentioned it earlier, but you know, see, we'll make sure that we got 25-year anniversary coming up.
When?
Right in
Well, check this
in
out. right?
August.
If
In
you need
August, so,
somebody
but,
to
right.
film it,
Right,
RF39 Productions,
right,
pictures,
right, beautiful.
K Foster,
Right.
and you come right here, take
Right.
your shots.
And you know what? And I may have Brother K with them, Brother Foster, come on out. We getting ready to do. I already put my church congregation, my Sunday school on notice. Soon as it hits 78 degrees on the Sunday, whatever Sunday that is, we going out in the neighborhood. You know, so for the Sunday school class and so for 1 hour, we're gonna be right there on the block. But I
You gonna close it off?
So yeah, well, we're gonna go to the apartments and different things right there on that block of Galilee. So you know, might want to come out and film it, but we're gonna be in the neighborhood and we already prepared. We got the bags. We're gonna be giving away, stuff. I can tell you
Still
exactly
giving
what's
back,
in.
y'all.
Yeah, so we got bags that's already been made up right now, and I just tell y'all a little something. We got candy, we got soda, we got water, we got Bibles. We just gonna be a blessing and in the community. The first Sunday that is 78 degrees or above. So that's the forecast. So they already on notice. Come prepared to walk the block. You know,
Get it,
for
walk the
Zion,
block.
walk the block. Yup.
Hey, y'all, we love y'all. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Appreciate you for the stars. Share that. If you was just able to click in, share it. Watch it. Man, they very important in the community. You already heard it. The Real Talk Podcast, we out of here.
Thank y'all very much. Have a great one. See y'all next week.
The sun's out. La 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 la. And it feels so good. La 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 la. On the right side. La 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 la. And it feels so good. Let's go. La 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 la. Praying hands to the Father. Oh, way too good to be bothered. Oh, living life with no stress. Yes, every minute's my best. Yes, feel like I'm winning the lottery. Buying my mama a house is harder than pottery. Winning it just like I oughta be. Things looking up, up. I'm living on the